Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name's Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door. And just when you thought it was the end of all the playoff semi-finals and finals, let's do one last one. And this one is to reach the World Cup finals this winter. It is Wales versus the Ukraine over in Cardiff. Winner goes to the World Cup to join the group with England in as well. There'll be games against USA, Iran, and England for, the winner of this game. Winner takes all and a chance to head to Qatar this winter. Get your comments in on how you see this one going. Obviously, we've got a home nation in Wales. It seems that the sympathetic vote goes to Ukraine, given what's going on in their country at the moment. May the best team win, I will always say, but could go the distance, could be a tight one. Ukraine finished second in Group D in the World Cup qualifiers behind France, who are the reigning champions, aren't they? And Wales finished second in Group E behind Belgium, who have very much been the world number ones, haven't they? They may have dropped off since, but I'm sure during that campaign, they would have been world number one at some point. Hi, everybody. Please do hit the like button, get the stream going. Let's get the debate going as well. Get you all chatting, get your opinions. Let me know what you think of the game, etc., etc. Let's say some hellos before we get into team news. Lucy, welcome. William is speaking to me in Welsh. So I assume that means come on Wales in Welsh. But there we go. Come on, lads. Do us proud and make it Ewan. Afternoon. Matt is one of those neutrals behind Ukraine on this one. Would us England fans rather have Wales or Ukraine win? I don't know. Probably on their day. Do you know what? I'd probably, in terms of an England point of view, I'd probably rather have Wales go through. But yeah, after yesterday, maybe we'll swerve that one. Mike, a Welsh, not a Welsh native, but a Welsh citizen. Really want Wales to win tonight. We'll never begrudge Ukraine a place at the World Cup. Let's keep our hellos coming in and then we'll get to the team. Stephen, welcome. Football Republic, welcome. Mike, the more home countries, the better. Don't know what that means, Daniel, but I think we might be getting the Welsh national anthem as we speak being sung by a very wet singer over there in Cardiff. James, welcome. David, Nick, Lee, James, welcome. Tom, Paul as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It looks very wet over in Cardiff at the Cardiff City Stadium. Right, let's get into the teams on this one. Wales, Hennessy of Burnley in goal. A back three of Ampadu of Chelsea. He's been out at Venezia, I think, on loan. Ruddock, former Swansea player, now at Spurs. Davies, I'm going to say of Liverpool, but he's going to be allowed to go on a free. I suspect we'll see him back in the Championship. Former Preston player Ben Davies. Nico Williams, who we've seen at right back for Fulham this year. Looks like he's going to play left wing back because Connor Roberts, another former Swansea player, and another current Burnley player, will be at right wing back. Now, this is where we're not entirely sure how Wales will line up. What we do know is that we'll probably get Stokes, Joe Allen, and Glasgow Rangers, Aaron Ramsey, probably as a pair. And then Kiefer Moore's definitely going to be up top. We could have Dan James up top with him and Gareth Bale in the 10. We could have James off one side and Bale off the other. Bale of Real Madrid and wherever next to, who knows, Kiefer Moore of Bournemouth, Dan James of Leeds United. That is your Wales team. Let me know how you see that team padding out. And look, you're going to find out in 11 minutes how it's going to line up. On the bench, Ward, Davies, Gunter, Mepham, Wilson, Thomas, a couple of the best players in the Championship this season. Norrington Davis, Morel, Williams, Matondo, Harris in his home stadium, and Brennan Johnson. Always do get a good pick of the Championship players when you're watching Scotland and Wales. Keep your comments coming in, guys. I'll get to them in a sec. Let's have a look at this Ukraine team. Hit that like button as well so you can get us up to 50. Right, in goal. Now, plenty of Dynamo Kiev players through this team. Bouchan, the keeper, is one. And right back Karavayev and right centre-back Zabarny all play for Dynamo Kiev. Matvienko plays for Shakhtar. And we know Mikolenko because he plays for Everton in the Premier League, the left back. Stepanenko in front of the back four is a teammate of Matvienko's at Shakhtar. And then you get some real quality in this midfield. Yarmolenko of West Ham, Malinovsky of Atalanta, and probably the best player there, Zinchenko, a champion in England with Manchester City. Sigankov, another Dynamo Kiev player, and Yaremchuk of Benfica up top. So there's some quality in there. Lots of Kiev players, a couple of Shakhtar, but particularly, those three on the right-hand side, centre and right-hand side of midfield and up top, play for Benfica, Man City, Atalanta, and West Ham. So they might just be playing at a higher level. Okay, we'll acknowledge Real Madrid and Gareth Bale and maybe James at Leeds, but this is top level players in terms of their club size for Ukraine. I'll try and pronounce all these names on the bench. Here we go. Pyatov, Riznik, Sobel, Bondar, Kasharava, Sirota, Sidorchuk, Shaparenko, Christ, Pikolonyok. He was not in the Euros because I would have fallen over that name. Maybe he was, I don't know. Who else? Zubkov, Dovbik. He scored the other night, didn't he? And Mudrik. There we go. I tried my best. And usual, please, don't worry about pronunciations. They're all said in good faith. I only speak one language. So yeah, those are the two sides. And yeah, just to sort of reiterate, Wales. So this is a playoff final. Wales beat Austria with those couple of Gareth Bale goals. And the Ukraine beat Scotland, didn't they, up in Glasgow? So, yeah, Ukraine are defending a long undefeated record in qualification as well. And as I suggested, both sides in groups where they weren't really ever going to win them against the likes of France and Belgium. Right, let's look at your comments. How was Declan fried rice last night? It was very, very good. I would say I slept very well until Enid got up, bashed her head on the cot and screamed at midnight. If she does it at 3 a.m., fine, whatever. At least I've got some shut-eye then. But, yeah, that was a struggle. Welcome, Phil, Penny. England, US, Wales, Iran. What a group. Well, that will be confirmed in 2 hours if Wales can win this game. Who's the best Welsh player you've seen play for Ipswich? Crikey. We had one in the squad, but he's been cut for this one. Wes Burns, he played the other night. I'm sure I'm going to miss someone completely obvious. Off the top of my head, I'm struggling with best Welsh player to play for Ipswich. Someone in the chat will smarten me up on that. Penny, come on, Wales. Dave, welcome. Hal doesn't fancy Dan. James, it's that speed, isn't it? Worth having around. Wayne, welcome. Sir, sweet and sour Saka. Yeah, right. Brendan Johnson, people might want to see him off the bench. Penny, welcome. Oh, God. You never have to ask if there's any Leeds fans, and there's always Leeds fans in. Don't worry about that. They're everywhere. Whatever supermarket you go into, you're only ever 2 miles away from a Leeds fan, aren't you? Strong-looking Ukraine side. Wilson and Johnson off the bench. Yep. Some great set play takers, haven't they, when Sorba Thomas is probably third or fourth down the list. Players lining up in the tunnel. There is Gareth Bale, the go-to guy who the Welsh will be hoping for a little bit of magic. Brennan Johnson sub masterclass. Best friend stuff. There we go. Welcome, Liam, as well. Daz, what do you think will be the lineup on Jim? We talked about that at half time, actually, Daz. I'm expecting to see lots of changes for England. There is referee Matteau, who I recognise as being a good ref. Very tight match. We could get extra time, of course, couldn't we, Vindaloo? Ukraine will be hard to beat. Gareth needs to be on the job. Yes, indeed, he does. You support Leeds? Yeah, get on the Patreon. Absolutely. Leeds. Well, there you go. There's always one here. Always one. Watching the National League playoff final. Oh, is that now? Is that on right now? Is it? Crikey. Well, I'm well off. We've just had the family over, and they've just left and taken Enid over there, so I can do this right now. I was buying a beer in Minneapolis, and the guy to check out had a Leeds shirt on. There we go. I did see one in Bedford. I've seen 2 Ipswich fans in Bedford when I've been shopping over there. Wales 2, Ukraine 1, still 1-1 in the National League playoff. Get your predictions in if you want. They're doing the Ukraine national anthem as we speak. So let me know how you see this panning out. We've had a few predictions in already. Let's quickly bang through the teams one more time. Wales, the keeper, Hennessy, Ampadu, Rudden, Davies across the back, Williams, Roberts, wing backs, James, Allen, Ramsey. We don't know really. I'll tell you in about 3 minutes. Allen and Ramsey, we suspect, and then in some form or fashion, James, Moore, and Bale will be the attacking players, whether that's a 10 and a front 2 or a sort of front 3. We think, look, that might be the option there for the Ukraine. Bushan, Karavayev, Sabanyi, Matvienko, Mikolenko, Stepanenko, Yarmolenko, the captain, Malinovsky, Zinchenko, the star man of Man City, Siganov, and Yaremchuk up top. Get your predictions in the chat. Hit the like button as well. We're only 6 off 50, which would be a tremendous start. Could we get to 50 before kickoff? That'd be a fine thing, wouldn't it? We've got any predictions in here. What we got? 2-1 Wales, 3-1 Ukraine, 3-1 Ukraine, 3-2 Ukraine, 2-1 Ukraine. Most of the predictions are behind Ukraine. Look at this. Diet Coke in a glass bottle. How about that? It all fizzes up, doesn't it, when you do that? Wales national anthem is now happening. And they're going to go along the line. And Kiefer Moore stood next to Connor Roberts is quite amusing. Was that Dan James, actually? A huge height differential. There's Neco Williams, who we saw on loan at Fulham. Liverpool player playing down the right-hand side. I suspect he'll be down the left. By the way, this is on Sky and ITV, although ITV are carrying the Sky pictures and the branding in the corner. There's Joe Allen. There's Connor Roberts. So it was Dan James at the beginning. Excuse me. There is Ampadu and Ben Davies. Sorry. When I said Ben Davies, I got the wrong Ben Davies, didn't I? Idiot. That's Ben Davies of Spurs, not just released by Liverpool. Duh. I needed to see him. I needed to see him in the face there. Keep comments coming. Ukraine, tough as nails. We'll find out, won't we? Come on, Wales, says John. I feel an agenda. I don't know what you mean. Tell us what you really mean. Mike, FA of Wales gave away 500 free tickets to Ukrainian refugees in Wales. Nice. I hope they're dry in the rainy stadium there. Brennan Johnson, he's one of our own. Extra time in the National League playoff. Kiefer Moore next to Dan James. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Is Tyler Roberts on the bench? I believe he is, isn't he? Give the stream a like. Yeah, please do give the stream a like. We are over 50 likes, and we are about to go to kickoff in this one. So once again, this is the European playoff final to get to the World Cup, to join Group B, which, if you watch the World Cup draw, was a fairly convoluted affair. But it was this match, obviously, because of the issues we've had in Ukraine. The game, I'm pretty sure that this playoff would have been played before the draw, wouldn't it? Am I right about that? But then it wasn't going to happen. Fact check me on that, but I think it would have been done before the draw. But anyway, they'll be in a group with USA, Iran, and good old England. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Right, let's bung up Neil on the screen. Keep your comments coming. Brilliant stuff from you lot yesterday. You know, you kept that chat going. You kept it rolling. kept the debate going. Keep your comments coming in on, anything you see. As ever, my normal requests are everyone's got a different opinion. Please respect people's opinion and don't get too triggered and squabbly in the chat. And it'll all be lovely, won't it? And as always, if I don't read your comment, don't get upset, and it doesn't mean I disagree with it, yeah? Woof. Right, we got any more comments before we start off? VAR, but no goal. Why is that? That seems strange. USA v Iran should be 5. So I think we had that in 98 as well, didn't we? USA and Iran. What's for dinner? Absolutely nothing, Tom. I am fat and full already. I said it should have been done before the draw. Yes, indeed. Sky commentary on ITV. Ben with Martin. Oh, very nice too. God, that would be that'd be a fine thing. Commentating with Martin Tyler. Woof. What chance have Wales got? Even the Derby winner wore blue and yellow did that as well. I was not aware of this. And didn't Ukraine win the Eurovision Song Contest as well? Although our lad was excellent on the what do you call it? Party at the Palace last night. US were useless in 98. I can't remember. They lose all their games. Right, we are about to kick off. The players from both sides take the knee to protest against all forms of discrimination. And away we go. I say away we go. He's waiting for the TV cue, referee Matto, and we are now off. It's Wales versus Ukraine. I'll try and give you a timestamp after. We'll try and get it after about a minute if you want to get synced up properly. We'll try and figure out whether there's a lag on either the Sky or the ITV pictures, and we'll try and go to the speediest one. Either way, get set with me. Zinchenko knocks that out wide. Mikolenko of Everton crosses in, headed away. Zinchenko nods back on. Ukraine starting with some early pressure here. Stepanenko, Yarmolenko wide. Good bit of harrying by Wales. And Ukraine forced back into their own half. Here is Zinchenko. We'll see him in central midfield tonight. He just popped up in his left back position where we're familiar with him in Manchester City, but they can pretty much all play anywhere, those players. I've missed my chance for a timestamp. Hit that like button, guys. You're watching in great numbers, so I'm really happy to see that. Keep that debate going. What do we got here? I'm watching ITV and I'm ahead. Interesting. Very interesting. Denmark beat France last night. Did they? What was I doing last night? I was watching England, wasn't I? There we go. Clipped into the channel. Zinchenko, his first touch lets him down there, surprisingly. Ukraine win it back. Fed in. So a little slip there. It's very, very wet over in Cardiff. Joe Allen picks it up, but then is immediately robbed again by Malinovsky. And Stepanenko got caught. Do you know what? I didn't even see that. I was following the ball. There's a foul by Joe Allen on Stepanenko. Referee Matau has got the yellow card out. Captain Bale is having a word, saying it's the first one. Doesn't quite work like that, Gareth, and you know that, don't you? To be fair, it's a yellow card, isn't it? He goes in just on the top of the foot. Looks a bit of a painful one. Oh! The ball is in the back of the net. I'm really not catching a lot here. The ball's in the back of the net. Referee Matto is pointing at the spray. It's a bit of a cheeky one, actually. It took the free kick early. Whistle clearly hadn't gone. It was Zinchenko. Fair call. Glass bottles are big time, I wish. No, Shady's mum bought 4 over for our little family gathering. I just quickly nabbed one while there was one left. Right, we're going to have another go at this Ukraine free kick. Looks like Malinovsky is having a Roberto Carlos length run up. I think Kiefer Moore's just trying to get in his way there. It's smacked right down the middle. But to be fair to Hennessy, very, very wet, and he's barely had a hold of the ball. So decent bit of goalkeeping. You'd have wanted to bounce that one, wouldn't you? Pierre van Hooijdonk. He used to be the master of bouncing free kicks, didn't he? Clipped in towards the back post there for Wales, who have barely been near the goal, looking for Big Kiefer Moore. Out it goes. Did Dan James get booked as well? You're right. It's just flashed up on my screen. Do you know what I might do? I'm just going to very quickly try and do this. And you know how bad I am with technology. I'm just going to jump to the ITV HD picture and we'll see if they are ahead. Looks maybe a second or two ahead. We'll go with that one. Here is Kiefer Moore down the left side to Williams. Crossed in, headed away. Out it goes. Wales pick it back up in central midfield. Quite frenetic start, this one. Both teams pressing everything. Bale's come short. A lovely ball by Bale out to the left wing. Floated in. Roberts had kind of arrived on the back post. Wasn't a good cross, to be fair. Allen, a long range of driven. That's out for a corner, and those Welsh fans behind the goal get up and applaud that. James and Allen booked trying to keep Zinchenko quiet. That hasn't started well if they're both on a yellow after a minute or two, aren't they? So we'll keep an eye on those two. Corner for the Welsh, though, 5:08 on the clock. Corner's going to come in from the right-hand side. Moore and Bale sort of stood together in the middle of the box. Davies, Roden's in the 6-yard box. In it goes. Ooh, one-handed punch there from Bouchan. Didn't look that convincing, but it worked. Loaded back in. I don't know why the Ukraine played that. I was going out for a goal kick, but here we go nonetheless. Oh, little drifty cross into the back post. Bale pulls it out of the sky. Brilliant control by Bale, and then terrible control by Bale in consecutive touches there. He has a wry smile to himself. He probably knows he controlled the really difficult one coming over his head, and then just run it out of a play. James got booked as he ran over and shouted F off in the ref's face when he booked Allen. Not clever. Not clever. Immature, indeed. But a lot of footballers get away with that, don't they? Even though, it doesn't get picked up as much, really, as it should. Big clearance by Bouchan. 6:21 on the clock. 0-0. Fairly even, actually. Both sides have had a little bit of territory. Ukraine started the better. Now Wales. Down it goes to Williams. Back inside Davies, Roden and Perdue. A nice one round the corner. And here is Roberts. Roberts knocks it inside. Burnley man to Ampadu. Bale playing off the front again. There's a little lifted ball over to Williams. Williams done really well to control. Brilliant play by Williams on the left wing, the Liverpool man. Williams still got it, drives in the shot. Tough luck there. Did the first bit of that beautifully well. Nako Williams to control it and come inside. End product not quite there, but difficult ball to control, then strength, then balance. A little bit of acceleration. Not a great shot, but he earned the right to take that one after the first little bit of that passage of play. Welcome, Iain. Gumru, says Reese. Bale is as good as two players. Nice. Here's Yarmolenko. Inside. Malinovsky's got it. Nice ebb and flow to this one. Shot driven in, and I was mentioning it was Sigankov with a shot from outside the box. I was mentioning Hennessy from the free kick, how wet it was. And there's the evidence. Skids through, completely fumbles that. He's Not going in the goal either, is it? Let's have a look. Yeah, he just lost his bearings there, Hennessy. Could have let that one go around the post. Corner for Ukraine. It's gone short to Skankov. Nice feet by him. He's in the box. His cross takes a deflection. Hennessy got caught a little bit underneath that, didn't he? And just tips it out. Ooh. They've tested Hennessy thus far, haven't they? That was the third time they've put something on it. To be fair to Hennessy, that did take a deflection. So he was set for a cross to come into the middle. It just looped up behind him a little bit. Another corner for Ukraine. A short one from Zinchenko, whipped in by Sigankov, headed away. Wales want a free kick for a foul on Bale. They don't get one, and Ukraine reset. Mykolenko, Zinchenko, back to Mykolenko, and Wales in shape. Dan James, you can see on the far side, waving Williams, the left wing back up. They want to try and get out. Looks like they've been told to not get into too much of a lowish block and to try and get up the pitch. Waiting for the Kiefer Moore winner. Last 10 minutes. We will see. Kiefer Moore, my lord. Indeed. Ukraine on the ball once again. Stepanenko's got it in central midfield. Just starting to build up some nice flow with their passing, Ukraine. Here's Zinchenko. Steps around Bale. Yarmolenko knocks it inside. Mykolenko. Wales are snapping in quite nicely, though. They're not pressing the back four, although Kiefer Moore's gone this time, but the other lads haven't gone with him. I think we actually got quite a good look at the team shape then in that last defensive phase. But Ukraine have worked out to the right. Cross is deflected, edge of the box now is Malinovsky. He has it taken off him by Ramsey. And hoofed away. No, we saw very clearly on that press, Kiefer Moore as a number 9, Gareth Bale slightly to his right and deeper, and Dan James slightly to his left. So I think that probably answers the question, the sort of 3-4-3 type shape with 2 narrow forwards and a focal point. And we know without the ball that can fold out into a 5-4-1. Here come Ukraine into the box. It's driven low. Hennessy does well that time and gathers it. I don't know what referee Matto's signalling there. I think he's saying it was onside. Yeah, it looks onside, actually. Ampadu gets his line all wrong. Best chance of the game so far. Yaremchuk in. He's on a difficult angle, and he's not the player to have the pace to fly in behind. So he just took on the shot from a quite difficult angle. Hennessy gets down to make the save. Oh, given away. Joe Roden holds his hand up there. Just got dwelled on the ball there. Got caught by Zinchenko. Just look a little bit nervy at the back. They've tested Hennessy actually a few times already in terms of crosses and long range shots, given the very wet conditions. So they're doing the right thing. But they're essentially taking on low percentage chances on the assumption that there's something there to be had, given Wales have got a tall goalkeeper in wet conditions. Allen. Ramsey knocks it back to him. All the way home to Hennessy, who seems to be the name we're mentioning the most in this one. Thank you for all your support, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're at 67 likes. We can get up to 75. I'd be chuffed. I keep moving the goalposts on that, though. Don't I? Keep your comments coming, guys. Keep the debate going and the chat. Get your thoughts in on If you think it, type it if you've got your phone in your hand. Why not? Matvienko. Zabanyi. That Ukraine end looks nice and full. Bouncing up and down. There's one through the lines. Zinchenko has managed to find a fair bit of space. He seems to have a little bit of license just to drift out into that left back pocket that he's used to. Throwing down the right-hand side for Ukraine. Ukraine more than capable of pushing Wales back. Well, they have, haven't they, Nobby? I agree with you. They are classy on the ball, aren't they? That appears to be true. And if they can build that head of steam up, then I would agree with that. Surprised they dropped Danny Ward. Where is he? Was he with Leicester? Is that right? Loan him out somewhere. Better game than yesterday. Well, it's a playoff final, isn't it? But yeah, the intensity is there, isn't it? Here is Roberts. Bale. Roberts, nice little turn inside. It's gone into central midfield. Sorry, central defender, actually. Roden stepping up. Davies knocks it inside to Roden and back to Ampadu. Bit predictable by the Welsh, but they're making progress nonetheless. Davies out to Williams. Inside it goes to James. Allen. Decent bit passing this by the Welsh. Bale on the right wing. Bale spins back behind Tsigankov. He's still got it, Bale. Lovely bit of play. Roberts, nice slide in there to Ramsey. They must have completed 20 passes or so now in this move, the Welsh. Ukrainian manager saying, get up, get out, get out. Bale holds it up again in that sort of narrow inside right position. They go for the big switch of play, and finally, the ball is given away. There's one into the channel, and have they got the run here? No, decent bit of defending there. Here's Joe Roden. He's done well, actually, and sent it down the line to Williams. Here's Dan James down the left. James holds it up. Can he get the cross over? He cannot, but he gets the next best thing, and he wins a corner. Really good spell that by the Welsh. Really good 2 minutes, I thought. Moved the ball nicely. Decent pace about it. Yes, Ukraine were in defensive shape the whole time, but they moved them about. They got them thinking. James takes a corner short to Ramsey. Williams floats it in, looking for Roden on the back post, and another flappy bit of goalkeeping by Bouchan. They're giving a foul for that. He might have got a bit lucky there, the Dynamo Kiev keeper. Didn't look at all convincing on the one he punched with one hand earlier. To be fair, there's an offside flag up. He really flaps at that badly, doesn't he? I think the... to be fair, does he get his foot trodden on? It's nowhere near the punch, is he? Bless him. And Bouchan takes the goal kick, clears it. Long down the pitch, 17:23 on the clock. Good game this, actually. Nice to watch a game with some intensity in it after yesterday's efforts from England. I suppose the prize at the end of this one is a little bit more alluring. Clipped down the line by Ukraine down the right-hand side. One back by the Welsh. Joe Allen has got it in central midfield, knocks it back into Ampadu. I think Wales have been a better side for the last 5 minutes now, haven't they? Ampadu steps out of central defence. Oh, nice lift over. They've tried that ball a couple of times. Williams just couldn't quite get that one under his control. Does look like a bit of an opening there in behind Karavayev, the right back there. Nako Williams is running. Gareth Bale has tried that pass a couple of times, coming in off the right-hand side. Efforts is a bit of a stretch. They didn't really want to be there, the England squad yesterday, did they? Efforts flat as England. Yeah, right. Wasn't good, was it? Bouchan has actually hurt his foot. I owe him an apology for saying he was flapping at that goal kick. I think Joe Roden sort of trod on his foot as he was leaping up to jump. And are we going to get the lesser spotted goalkeeping substitution now? Andriy Pyatov and Dmytro Riznik on the bench in terms of spare Ukrainian keepers. Pyatov is 37, plays for Shakhtar. Riznik, got any info on him? Plays for Volskla Poltava. Tell me your favourite Volskla Poltava game, everyone in the chat. Don't worry, I haven't got a clue either. He looks okay, Bouchan. And we are all living happily ever after. Long one knocked into Yaremchuk up top. And Wales are going to want to keep this momentum up. They've been decent since about minute 15. One-off game. Score when you're on top, for God's sakes. Moore. Nice flick on Bale. Bit of space in the 10 position. Bale, I suppose after the career he's had, we can forgive him that ridiculous long-range shot, but he smashes it over the bar into the stand there behind the goal. Nice flick on by big Kiefer Moore, of course, a former Cardiff player. Now at Bournemouth, this used to be his home stadium, big Kiefer. Yarmolenko. Williams takes it off him, and I don't want to tempt fate here because Wales will give the ball away, but it's all Wales since about minute 15 now. There's that switch again, looking for Williams. Horrible ball there, I think. Roden just smashes that over his head into the stand. And Ukraine probably going to want to take the sting out of it, aren't they, here? Karavayev smartly just takes his sweet time with the throw-in. And that's the guy they want on the ball, Zinchenko. Zinchenko to Mykolenko. Goes inside. I thought Wales had won that back now, but Yarmolenko picks it up. Zinchenko. Out it goes to Tsigankov into the box. Oh, it's going to fall, is it? Oh, it's a really good block in there by Ben Davis. Karavayev, the right back, up in the box, and it just bounced. It looked like it was going to be a bit sort of fortuitously. You smack it in the goal. Maybe a striker would have reacted a bit quicker, or maybe I'm being a bit unfair. He just never quite got his bearings there once he got the lucky bounce there. He completely missed his kick. That took Williams out of the game. It's a great block by Davis. If you just pulled the trigger earlier, that's by far the best chance of the game, but couldn't. And it's a point blank sort of tackle by Ben Davies. Ukraine just coming back into it after the best spell for Wales. Williams chucks himself into the tackle there. Oh, big tackle by Roden. You love to see it. Slams through big Yaremchuk up top there. Fair and square. Ampadu. Roberts. Roberts inside to Allen. Bale, back to Allen. Nice football. Down the line it goes. Ramsey, can he get the cross in? Yes, he can. Oh, nice ball by Ramsey. I think Dan James had come to the near post and Kiefer Moore didn't quite get to the far post. They just switched there. It's a good run by James, actually. Drags the defenders back with him. He was never going to get on the end of the cross. I think Ramsey just needed to float that a little bit more, and then maybe Moore could run on to that. Mikolenko in the left back position tries to get that cleared. Out it goes. Bushan is still struggling. The camera's on him, the Ukraine keeper. Doesn't look totally right. He keeps putting his weight on his right foot. Zinchenko just gets bumped into by Ramsey. And on we go. Zabani, centre half. Slip through Zinchenko. They're really trying to get up Zinchenko, aren't they? But he's worked the space again. Now it's out with Sigankov on the left. Tries to come inside Ampadu. Good pressure by the Welsh. Ukraine work their way back. Zabani. Nice passing again. Here's Zinchenko. Zinchenko smashes the shot in. Ouch. Looked like, where did Ampadu get that one? I think he's winded by that shot. He's just got it right there in the gut. Wales should be bombarding the box to test his keeper out. Without sounding cynical, Iain, test his right foot out as well. He doesn't look right, does he? Can only watch in Wales. Can't watch live. Really? You know, get it on ITV. I think it's on ITV Hub, isn't it? BS. Matvienko to Zabani. Karavayev. Probably had the best chance of the half, Karavayev, with that shot that got blocked by Ben Davies. We had a couple of long ranges from Ukraine as well. Zinchenko goes down the right. He gets tackled. Headed away by Roden. Zinchenko, a little flick back. Stepanenko. Moore wins it. I get a lucky bounce there, Ukraine. And a bit basketball-y at the moment. Bale tries first time ball to get James in. Ambitious pass by Mr. Bale that he doesn't pull off. And it's all a bit frantic the last couple of minutes. Lots of sort of unforced errors. Neither team really controlling their possession particularly well, which both sides have had periods where they have controlled their possession well. It either needs to be incredibly incisive at this tempo or someone needs to slow it down somewhat. Frantic, but very watchable. Well, yeah, I would agree with that. It's a good watch, isn't it? Zinchenko. Ukraine playing a good old-fashioned Arsenal back four, and here they come. Sigankov into the box. Huge chance, but the flag, I think they let him run through. Yeah, the flag was up. Poor finish by Tsigankov. He ran off Ampadu there. Yeah, he's off, isn't he? Little one round the corner. But they found the space between right centre back and wing back. Horrible finish, though. Fairly wide open space to curl that one into the far corner, but didn't have it in his locker there. Tsigankov would have been offside anyway, but little tester, isn't it? Flicked on by Moore. And one really nicely by Malinovsky in midfield. Malinovsky drives forward to the left-hand side of the box. Malinovsky lifts it over, looking for Yarmolenko, brings it down brilliantly. Yarmolenko, oh, excellent cross as well. Really good bit of play by Yarmolenko there. Controlled it and with the outside of his left foot on the half volley, just floated that into the 6-yard box. No one there to just nod it in the goal. Allen's caught on the ball now. Here's Zinchenko. Zinchenko drives it in. That's a good save by Hennessy. We're a bit critical of him in the first 10 minutes, but does really well there. The Wales keeper. Good strike by Zinchenko. Horrible one to defend against. We haven't seen a replay of that Yarmolenko takedown and little cross in. Hopefully we'll get both from Sky or ITV or whoever provided my picture. Zinchenko again. Clearly the star player. Zinchenko again. Knocks that inside. Stepanenko. And it's out on the right wing. Karavayev. Oh, locked in low. Really good stuff. Right? Oh, when they get their passing going, Ukraine, they do have more quality on the ball than Wales. We have seen that. Not that that's going to decide this game, but a real Andy Cole, Dwight York fizzed into the front. Third man run there. Nice little cushioned ball off by Yaremchuk, and Tsiganov can't quite get there. Hennessy does well again, actually. There's a lovely bit of football, though. Just whipped in, knocked around the corner. And if they do process moments like that throughout the game, they will score in this game, Ukraine. You can kind of see that. Short corner from Ukraine. Zinchenko knocks it back, drilled in from the left. Good block by Kiefer Moore on the near post. Cleared away down the line, I think. Good bit of play by Dan James has drawn the foul. Mykolenko. Just the speed of James, isn't it? On counters like that. Spins and runs. I assume Mykolenko didn't want to get in a foot race with him and just knocks him off the ball there. Clear yellow card. With a rugby tackle, that one. Just a big block. Free kicks knocked in long. And cleared away. Keep your comments coming. Let me know how this one's panning out for you. It's a good watch, actually. It is Ampadu. He goes in long. Moore's picked it up. And Moore holds it, left-hand side of the box. Moore puts a really decent cross in towards the near post. And even as he was crossing that, you're probably thinking, well, there's going to be no one in there. Good play by James again to draw another foul. Just takes it on his right foot. Quick little spin inside. Beats Malinovsky and wins the free kick there. He's had a good couple of minutes, Dan James. And Gareth Bale is having a look at this free kick. It's over to the left-hand side, so it doesn't really suit a shot from here, does it? But hey, it's Gareth Bale, isn't it? I think you might just try and... This is where the bouncer might work. Bale, and Bale has scored! I think it takes the deflection on the way through, but Wales have the lead. And of course, it's Gareth Bale who has scored. I said it didn't suit a shot. How wrong I was. I think it was... The camera's gone on Yarmolenko. And I was suggesting test the keeper out, bounce it. It looks like that's what Bale was trying to do. Didn't even get that far because it takes the deflection. We'll have a look on the replay whether it's a wafty foot or it's just bounced, clipped off somebody. But Bale, as ever, does the business for Wales. Wales 1, Ukraine 0. We're going to wait for a replay and really have a look and see whether that's going to go down as an own goal or not. Is it on target? Here we go. Here's the angle from behind the goal. It's not going to be an own goal, but it's not great play by Yarmolenko. If you're going to header that, yeah, he's completely done his keeper there, hasn't he? Yarmolenko, the captain as well. He knows it. He doesn't need me to tell him. Just wafts his head at it, and in it goes. Wales 1, Ukraine 0. Gareth Bale with the goal. I'm pretty sure the shot's on target, so it won't go down as an own goal. But we all know that the keeper probably deals with that. If he doesn't catch it, can easily just palm that round the post if Yarmolenko doesn't get little eyebrows on it, which he does. And as things stand, Wales, for the first time in over half a century, will be going to the World Cup and joining a group with USA, Iran, and England. Get your comments in. I can see plenty coming in. We'll read some of those out in just a sec. Ampadu just goes 50-50 there. No foul, and it's cleared down the ground. Let's get some comments in here. There we go. Come on, Wales. Power on the shot. So, well, yeah, that took it in. Didn't it? Good. Well, yeah. If he'd been an attacker, own goal, I doubt that will go down as an own goal. Iain, you can write all day long at the end, but I doubt it will. We'll see. There we go. Right, Zinchenko on the ball. Wales get it clear, looking for more. Matvienko. And more is... Oh, no foul. I think Zabani was trying to buy a foul off Kiefer Moore. But this this referee doesn't take any nonsense from anybody, does he? Put it that way. Wales 1, Ukraine 0. 37 gone. God, why is there a massive advert on my stream here? That's not good. I don't like that. I didn't ask for that. Here is Matvienko. Tries to knock it into the front. That has been a decent ploy from them. Here's James. James had his feet going faster than his brain there. And Wales win another free kick. Malinovsky's probably sailing fairly close to the win now in terms of a yellow card. He's had a couple of fouls. He's lucky to get away with that one, actually. He is very much there second behind Joe Allen. A free kick nonetheless to the Welsh. Keep the pressure on. Work the keeper. Crikey, if they could get in 2 up at half-time, things would be looking lovely, wouldn't they? Bale, obviously, is going to take this one. Drifts it in flat. That's going to be a corner to the Welsh, isn't it? No. Must have just clipped Roden. He was up against 2 Ukrainian defenders there. Just scrapes off his head last. Goal kick goes long from Busan. He didn't really have any chance with the goal, did he, after the intervention from Yarmolenko? Here's Williams. James does really well down the left-hand side, carries it forward. James cuts inside, goes down looking for the free kick. He's not going to get one. Not off this ref. Zinchenko carries it away. Here's Yarmolenko, back to Zinchenko. Karavayev puts it in. It's good play by Joe Allen. Ooh. Oh, and the shot's driven in there. It's a penalty shout. He just nicked in front there as Yarmolenko. I don't know if the VAR will have a look at that one. Allen, I don't think knew he was coming. Does he get there first? Oh, that's going to be a penalty, isn't it, on the VAR? Surely they're going to look at that one. He nicks there in front. Are they looking at that? I'd be surprised if they didn't. Yeah, right. They're having a word with referee Matteau. That's probably going to be a penalty, isn't it? What's he been told? He stuck his thumb up. So does that mean it's not a penalty? Look like a pen to me. He just nicks in front of him and Allen catches his foot. It's not been given. Bit surprised by that, to be honest. Yarmolenko, he's not having a good day, is he? I wonder why they haven't given that. Interesting. Corner to Ukraine. And it comes to the near post. It looked like Allen just lost his bearings where Yarmolenko is. Yarmolenko knew exactly what he was doing. Nicked there in front, took the ball, and there was a big swipe at his, I think it's his right foot there. It goes to the VAR, but no penalty. Here is Matvienko. Lob forward. Moore tries to control it. Let's have a look. What are you lot thinking? Penalty, I think. VAR penalty checking. He definitely floored his man. Pen ref. Should have been a pen. Penalty from where I am, 8 miles away. Here is Malinovsky. Mikolenko. We'll flip round the corner. Ramsey wins that, slides in there. James. James is blocked off there. I think referee's having a word with James to say stop trying to win free kicks. Ramsey had done well to slide in and win that in the first instance. It's Karavayev and James with the coming together. Ref's not interested in a foul either way there. Is it going to be a drop ball? I wonder. No, it's going to be a Ukraine free kick. Zinchenko knocks it in. Kiefer Moore with the most industrial hoof clearance down the ground. Here's Matvienko. Yarmolenko. Matvienko. Mykolenko. It's all in front of Wales at the moment. They'll be happy with that. The switch of play. Chested down by Yarmolenko. Makes the second run. Good play by Davies to knock it through the gap. And giving away a lovely bit of skill by Zabani there, the centre half. Little pirouette and a back heel. And now here come Ukraine down the right-hand side into the boxes. Karavayev, he's done well. Karavayev puts it across to the back post. Good header by Ampadu. Corner to the Ukrainians. 44:30 on the clock. So there won't be too many other opportunities this half. Can they get first contact on this? Zinchenko pops it in. Ooh. Zabani on the near post. Bounces. Who does that come off? Connor Roberts, I think. It just kind of trickles back to Hennessy, who just manages to jump on the ball. Right, we're into stoppage time now, of which there will be, if ITV tells me, there we go, 2 minutes. Wales will be very happy to get in at halftime 1-0 up. Or could it be better? Not with a ball like that from Roberts, although Bale's trying to make something of it, and Stepanenko has to step in and clear that one out. Roberts with the throw in to Bale. Bale versus Zinchenko. Roberts helps him out. Bale floats it to the back stick looking for more. Zabani wins the header. Williams. Maybe Wales will be able to force one more chance. There's about 55 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining. Davies swings the crossing looking for more. Moore wins the header there. Mykolenko's gone down injured. He looked like he won it fair and square there, Moore. He'd probably be disappointed he didn't get more direction on the nod down. Here comes James down the left wing. James, lovely ball into Moore. Moore back inside to James, inside the penalty box. James hits the shot straight at Bouchard. And we are 10 seconds away from half-time. Mykolenko knocks it inside, and the whistle goes. Woof. Wales 1, Ukraine 0. Really good watch, especially after yesterday's game with England's complete lack of intensity. This one's certainly not lacking intensity. Completely frantic for most of the half, I have to say. Wales lead for a Gareth Bale free kick that was probably on target, but very decisively diverted by Yarmolenko of West Ham, the captain, past Bouchard in the goal. I suppose the other main story from the half is Ukraine. It looked like they should have had a penalty, and I'm not sure if that went to VAR, why it wasn't a penalty. I'd be interested to hear any possible explanation. Joe Allen was clearing his lines. Yarmolenko just kind of jumped around the side of him, got there first, just nicked the ball away. He's hoping to get swiped, and it looked like he did get swiped. He would have bought the penalty, but that doesn't mean it's not a penalty, does it? So, yeah, I'm sure we'll probably watch about 25 replays. That looked like a penalty to me, but was not given. And Wales go in at halftime 1-0, and they will be very, very happy with that. It was fairly even first 15 minutes. I thought the Welsh were the better side from 15. They had a really good little period then. There was the sense of Ukraine maybe had a bit more quality on the ball and looked like they could play through, but Wales were good at building up a sort of head of steam. And it's Wales who have the lead at half-time. Get your comments in. I'll read a few of them out. Here are the numbers from the first half. So 63% possession to Ukraine. 8 shots, 5 on target. No big chances in there for Ukraine. And there was a couple of long ranges to test Hennessy out in the wet. So I don't know how trustworthy, read a stat however you choose. But if you looked at it and you saw 5 shots on target to 1, you'd think, they would be the side leading 1-0 rather than the other way around. But my eye test doesn't really have it like that. 5 corners to 2 in Ukraine's favour. That being said, I'm sure if you promised Ukraine in the second half 8 more shots and 5 more corners, they'd probably take it now, and they'd probably fancy scoring from one of them. But you've got to stick the ball in the back of the net, haven't you? Let's get to some comments. What have we got here in the chat? We play nicely, please, guys. Looks like a very physical game. Players must be exhausted. Yes, agree with that. The rain doesn't help, does it? So far, so good. Well, definitely from a Welsh point of view, Iain. If Wales win, will you play our national anthem on your electric piano? Says Philip. I have to be very pedantic and say this is a synthesizer, not electric piano, but that's just because any musicians will tell me. I don't know the Welsh national anthem. I did have to play the English national anthem yesterday for something I was doing, but yeah, we can do some CV game if anyone wants to in the chat. We can do a little bit of Q&A. Just chit chat here. I'm most interested in your thoughts on this game. We're still on the ad break from ITV, so I'm guessing we'll see 100 different angles of that penalty shout and the goal, etc., etc. What do we got here? Eddie Cochran and Buddy Holly were still alive when Wales last went to a World Cup. Can they hang on? We will find out. Tom, penalty for me. Yarmolenko doesn't help himself to dramatic fools. However, I think he might have robbed himself of it. Yeah, you would hope they don't buy into reputations, but they probably do. Maybe so. Maybe so, indeed. Zio, Matthew Music. I haven't seen you in a long time with Leeds being in the Premier League. I still cover Leeds. Zio, Matthew Music. We'll try and find a more transparent way of doing it. Good to see you again. Thank God we won't be talking about us. I will be talking about you next season, just not in terms of the championship. Do you think England will beat Germany this Tuesday night on Channel 4? On the basis of yesterday, absolutely not. But obviously we did beat them in the Euros. So we will see. James off and Johnson on. James looks alike. James, I don't agree with that, Mike. I think James had a few good moments and his pace is very much of use. James seems to be the... who do we normally get when it's England? If Tyrone Mings is anywhere near the team, the whole chat all game is people people having a pub. James has played all right, actually. I'd certainly have him in probably the 3 most effective Welsh players in that half. He's carried the ball well, drawn a few fouls. His pace has troubled them. But you would think if they're not going to take Kiefer Moore out, are they? How many times do I need to see this penalty on first viewing? I thought it was a penalty. It's a penalty, isn't it? I don't know why they haven't given that. I guess I guess they're saying that. Are they saying he's dived? I don't know. I suppose if they're saying he's dived, then we're in yellow card land, aren't we? But yeah, strange one. Strange one. What's the last CV game? Swansea Tottenham. That must be Joe Rodden then, mustn't it? What's the last Ipswich shirt you bought? God. Last Ipswich shirt I bought. I probably haven't bought a football shirt for 20 years. So a very old one. Put it that way. Bale only turns up for Wales. Hasn't he got about 5 Champions Leagues, Bale? He was pretty good for Spurs as well, wasn't he? There we go. What did you order last night for Chinese? I didn't order anything, actually. And I have to say, Shaylee ordered everything and she did very well. We had the duck thing with the pancakes. That was nice. Some chicken balls. They were nice. Love me some chicken balls. Special fried rice. That was nice. Prawn crackers. Pretty standard stuff. It was a nice beef dish. It's quite spicy, that one. Enjoyed that. But yes, we had lovely Chinese, although trying to lose some timber off here. Eating Chinese takeaway is not good for it. It's good for my soul, though, isn't it? England will win Tuesday night. I mean, well, I hope they do, Jimbo Roosters, but I'm not confident after yesterday. Fitting CV. Well, I haven't got a clue who that is. Dnipro, Sevilla, Schalke, Shakhtar, Cracovia. If only he didn't decline. I don't know who that is. Can anyone get that? Yeah, we got sweet and Saka chicken balls. That was the joy. Anyone get that one? I don't know who that is. Pass. Keep your comments coming in, guys. If you want to do any CV games, which I'm evidently terrible at today. Brain's just not working, is it? Bank holiday weekend. Keep your comments coming in on the first half. Wales, as things stand, 45 minutes away from qualifying for the World Cup. Do me a favour while you're watching, guys. Can we get a like spike? We got 97 likes. Hit that like button. Take us over 100. Go for it. Go, go, go. Hit the like button. Help us out. We haven't done a plug for Luca, our fan sponsor over on Patreon. Luca, football is nothing without fans. I'm nothing without football. Luca's a Stoke fan, so he's going to be enjoying Joe Allen today, apart from him nearly conceding a penalty, we think. But we thank Luca, who's a fan sponsor over on Patreon. You get involved, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. By the way, as well, we're going to do a Q&A, and no football questions are allowed. There's a thing on YouTube, a post. So if you, I don't know, just click on wherever, it'll probably pop up as the last thing I posted. And get your non-football questions in. I think we're going to do that on Tuesday because I am out and about tomorrow. What else have we got here? We've got a CV game. There we go. And here, Cardiff, Spurs, Forest on loan, Forest, Reading, Charlton free. That's got to be Chris Gunter, hasn't it? Am I right? And he's much younger than you think. I thought he was about 47, and he's not. Mike, Sutton, Birmingham, Ipswich on loan, Ipswich, Leicester, Man City, Stockport. I should be able to get that, shouldn't I? Sutton, can anyone get that? Birmingham, Ipswich on loan. The only player I thought Ipswich had on loan was Andy Legg on loan from Birmingham. He certainly didn't go off to Leicester afterwards. Who on earth is that? Someone answer that one in the chat. Leicester, Man City, Stockport. Proudlock, he went on, but no, he was at Wolves, wasn't he? Someone get the answer for that one. I haven't got a clue. I'm struggling. Your favourite. Okay, it's Paul Cooper then, right? You're going back. He caught me out with a goalkeeper there, didn't it? Never knew what to make of Gunter. He'd turn up every week, always give you a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Yeah, you want a 7 or an 8 out of 10, don't you, Tom? Hey, there we go. I forgot about your dearly departed. Yes, too many leads. Yeah, I bet you have too many leads ones to follow. Thank you for all the likes, guys. We're over 113 likes. Worth. Elvis biopic looks good. Nice. What's the score, Benny boy? Should be on the screen, Elliot, on his honeymoon. Wales 1, Ukraine 0. Wales are going to Qatar, and they're going to the group containing USA, Iran, and England. And that's the order of the games Wales will play. So their last game, that's one to look at. If this stays as it is, the last game in that group will be Wales versus England, which could be juicy if there's anything to play for by the end of that group. Keep your comments coming in, guys. It is the World Cup playoff qualifier. World Cup qualifying playoff final. If I got my words in the right order there. We're watching on ITV. I think they're carrying the Sky pictures. And Wales are leading 1-0 at half-time. Gareth Bale fires the free kick across the box. It was on target. They have given it as an own goal now. Yarmolenko deflected. I say deflected. It's not really true, is it? Tried to header it. Skimmed past the keeper. I didn't think that would get given as an own goal, actually, to be honest. But it has been. Maybe Ukraine might have had a penalty. Didn't get given. We move on. What's the best chippy in Bedford? Well, I don't actually live in Bedford, Frank. I live in a little place outside. But if you DM me, there is a really good... There's a Portuguese. On my estate here, there's a Portuguese and a chip shop. And whatever that Chinese Shaylee used last night, check that one out as well. Looks like we are back from our last ad break. Or are we? You know, try and sell me a holiday to Turkey. To be fair, a holiday to Turkey sounds quite nice, actually. Turkajian. GoTurkey.com. Everyone needs a holiday, don't they? After the last couple of years. After Wales, Ukraine goes to Dublin to play Republic of Ireland this Wednesday night. Is that a Nations League game? Hefty schedule after this season. Especially for Zinchenko and Yarmolenko, who were busy in the Premier League and in European football right until late. Right. Nako Williams and Dan James deep in conversation, as are Aaron Ramsey and Kiefer Moore. The Wales team are coming out. And we are about to kick off the second half. Wales 1, Ukraine 0. Just bang through these teams. Wales, Hennessy in goal, who survived a tricky first 10 minutes where they'd clearly been told by the boss Ukraine, get some shots in, get some bounces in on him. Davies, Roden, Ampadu in front of him. Robertson, Williams, Ramsey and Allen. And yeah, they've now changed the formation on SofaScore. Moore with Bale and James either side. For Ukraine, Vushan in goal. Garaveyev, Zabani, Matvienko, Mikolenko. Stepanenko set in front of the back four. Yarmolenko and Sigankov wide. Malinovsky and Zinchenko central, and Yaremchuk up top. We will give you a time sync ASAP. I switched to the ITV feed actually, but I know some of you are going to be watching on Sky, some on ITV. If you're on ITV Hub, you'll almost certainly be behind us. So we try and get everybody lined up in the chat. Keep that debate going. Keep that chat going. You are the lifeblood of the channel. It's just me talking nonsense otherwise. So I'm going to try and give you referee Matau is having a word. He's having a word with the Ukraine boss, actually. Right, we're going to be at 46 minutes in. 3, 2, 1, sync if you want to get lined up with me. Nick says, who's Larry on my shirt? Well, let me just take the banner off. This is Mr. Larry David of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm fame. And if you've not watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, I would highly recommend it as one of my absolute favorite comedy series for sure. Goal kick for Wales. It's been raining solidly right throughout the game. Wayne Hennessy boots the ball long into the night sky. And out it goes for a throw-in in the left-back area. Mykolenko throws it in. Looking for Zinchenko. Just has it nicked off him. Roden heads it out. He thinks he got fouled by Yaremchuk. And we can't keep the ball in play at the moment, I have to say. Here is Malinovsky, Karavayev. Yarmolenko tries to help it on. Yarmolenko's got it inside the box. Williams has done really well there. And dribbles it out, goes in between two. Little ping up the line. Here is James. That searing pace. He's beaten Stepanenko. James, good reverse ball. Kiefer Moore into the box. Moore cuts it in low. Oh, what a chance. Oh, Wales should be 2-0 up. Aaron Ramsey. Oh, dear. Really good play by Dan James again, actually. A lot of naysayers in the chat. But that's not what my eyes are telling me. Really good play. Drives forward, cuts it inside reverse ball. Ramsey has got to score that, hasn't he? Player of his quality and experience. Would have been a great goal because Williams does really well. And then Dan James does brilliantly to just surge past Stepanenko. Reverse ball. Then Kiefer Moore also does really well. Gets his head up, pops it. Oh, dear. Would have been a great goal. And if you wanted one player to be arriving from central midfield to score a goal first time, it would probably be Aaron Ramsey. He's done it so many times in his career. And, will they be made to regret that one? Goodness me. Let's go to some comments there. Or will we? I'll go to comments in a sec because Ukraine are attacking. Great tackle by Williams, who's started the second half like a man absolutely possessed the Wales left wing back. What a miss. Shocking that was, that one. Nako added, yes, he is. He's played very nicely and been pretty much perfect in the second half so far. Almost as bad as his penalty. Yes, he missed in the Europa League final. Didn't he? Ramsey has seriously declined. You would put your house on him a few years ago. That was his thing, Ramsey, scoring goals like that, wasn't it? Evening, Helen. Rambo, fantastic lad and footballer. He's got to score that, though, hasn't he? Nobby. I don't think anyone's saying Dan James is about. Oh, Zio, scroll up in the chat. Plenty of people have said he's a bad player, but yeah, I think he's been very useful in this game. Here he is again, James. Tries to help that down the line. Referee Matto is sprinted over to Rob Page to give him a yellow card. Quite like this ref. And the Wales boss, former Watford centre-back. Who else did Rob Page play for? I never remember him playing for Watford. Probably more due to my terrible memory, but... Here is Zabarnyi. They always look for that drilled ball into the front, don't they? He was a blade. Yes, he was, wasn't he? Actually, would have played. I knew he was a blade. I'm sure. Did he not score an own goal in that ridiculous playoff semi-final with Nottingham Forest? Or did he score an actual goal? I can't remember. Here is James once again. Gets it out of his feet. Nice ball out to Williams, who's played ever so well this second half. Williams, of course, as soon as I say that, he miscontrols it. Was it Cov for a bit? The only memorable thing happened to him was Michael Doyle punched. Ouch. We don't endorse anybody punching anybody's front teeth out. But fair dues, Michael Doyle, because Rob Page is a huge bloke as well. Again, we're not endorsing violence here on the channel. What we do endorse is you hitting the like button. Do hit that like button. We're at 119 likes. We'd love to get to 150. Yarmolenko, there's that feed into the front. And Hoyt clear by Davies. Mikolenko tries a sort of angled drifter in there. Skids through to keeper Hennessy. Roberts. Got Bale outside of him. Ramsey, who missed that absolutely huge chance. Here's Bale. Floated in to the back post by Davies, drilled across the box. Oh, Moore was arriving for the tap in. It was just cut out on the near post, I think, by Zabarnyi. Ramsey did much better there. Gets a little bit lucky, to be fair. He kind of kicks it against his own chest, which takes Stepanenko out of the game. It's then a good block from Zabarnyi, and Moore was just going to take everything into the net with him, presumably. Long throw in from Connor Roberts. As Mikolenko wins the header in front. And it's back with Bushan, the Ukraine keeper. Mikolenko. Stepanenko, Zabarnyi. Onto Yarmolenko. Tries a little flick round the corner, but Roden stands up nicely. Ramsey now goes down. No foul there. And the Ukrainian maybe just starting to get on top. After that, good start to the half by the Welsh. Massive 30 minutes for the Wales defenders. Yeah, you would think the kitchen sink is coming, wouldn't you? Zinchenko around the corner, Yarmolenko. And it comes from the left-hand side. Oh, brilliant save by Hennessy. Oh, it's Yaremchuk. And the second huge chance of this half has not been converted. It's a good save by Hennessy with his feet. Lovely one round the corner from Zinchenko. He's always at the heart of it. Yaremchuk, I think it was Sigankov on the near post. He just pokes. He doesn't really get a very good. He's stretching. Do you know what? I think Ampadu, who's sliding in front of him, did he get touched on that just before him? We might need to give Ampadu some credit there. Sigankov is certainly stretching. Doesn't get a clean shot. It's a good save by Wayne Hennessy nonetheless. Maybe if he's got a clean side footer on that. I'd like to see another replay of that because Ampadu's certainly very close, sliding in. If he gets a little diversion on that, then that's absolutely critical. What a miss. Yes, Hennessy. If I'm not wrong, a few of these Ukrainians playing Serie A, I think only one. They've got a couple of Atalanta players. Malinovsky, just the one. Actually, more Premier League players than Serie A. And a lot of them play for Dynamo Kiev. Goat Hennessy, right. Here is James. Nice hold by him. Slides it into Bale, who miscontrols it, but says to James he didn't want it there. Ramsey tries to drift away, but there's a foul being given on Sigankov. You just had that chance on the near post that Wayne Hennessy saved very nicely with his feet. Wales 1, Ukraine 0. Wales 33 minutes in about 5 seconds from 33 minutes plus stoppage time. That's from Wales. He's more of a sheep. And his words, not mine. Yes, Wales 33 minutes plus stoppage time away from qualification for this Qatar World Cup. Did Yarmolenko get given handball for that one? Crikey. Hennessy clears that one long. Ukraine win it back. It's with Matvienko, who goes back home to Bushan. Karavayev, switch of play. Zinchenko, lovely touch. Zinchenko, nice feed through centrally. Yarmolenko's, that's a great tackle. Who was that? On the cover, I think it's Ben Davies, wasn't it? Brilliant tackle there. It was wrong foot as well, coming across from right to left. Just gets the foot in ahead of Yarmolenko, who looks to the heavens. Not been his day so far. Yarmolenko, the West Ham player. Good defending that. That's the one perk there of having 3 centre-halves. If you are narrow, even if you get a run on someone, tends to be one fairly close on the cover. And I think Wales needs some fresh legs. Yes, maybe so. Pet things up in there. Take a look at the benches in a minute. Bale's got it down the right-hand side, though. Decent tackle on him. This one down the line. And out. It's going to be a Welsh throw-in. And everybody does it. The Welsh are going to have to dabble in the dark arts a little bit, slow down the restarts. Everybody does it. If only Ramsey had put that chance, well, absolutely. And he should have, shouldn't he, really, Iain? Yarmolenko, Karavayev, Davies in there again, slided in. It's getting a little bit last ditch from Wales at the back. There's crosses going in and people flinging themselves at stuff. There's a big chance coming, isn't there? Sigankov is going to take the corner for Ukraine. In it comes. Easy header clear. Bale gets a bit lucky there. Bounces for Ramsey. Moore can't really control that. It's all the way through to Abushan. Jay, you absolute legend. Thank you so much, Jay. I would drink to that £3 super chat, but I've got an empty glass bottle of Diet Coke. It's only a tiny one. I've got context here for how tiny that bottle is. There you go. There's a real size bottle of another fizzy drink. I drink too many fizzy drinks. But thank you very much. If anyone else wants to contribute via super chat, it's the dollar button where you leave your messages. Very, very kind. It'll always be free over here on YouTube. But if you do want to leave me a tip, you can do so just like that if you're enjoying what we do. Ramsey, nice little poke through. James hits the shot volley. It's going to loop up in the air. Bouchon does well. Oh, he's still holding his right ankle there. James's shot got blocked and it loops up over the keeper. I think it was dropping under the bar. We'll find out now. Bouchon was taking no chances. Spin and hit. Is that dropping in? Maybe not. Might have bounced onto the bar, I think, possibly. Just tipped over. No drink, good sir. Just thank you. Oh, you're very, very kind, Jay. Thank you so, so much. Where's the wine? Do you know what? I had a couple of beers with our family lunch we had, so no wine for me today. In comes the corner. Davies was there on the near post, headed away. James lets it under his foot. Bale back to James on the right wing. Nice feet there by Bale. Here is Roberts trying to get into the box. And he's ran into trouble. And Zinchenko, are they going to get there first? That's really good for him. Williams just gets back. Slides in and wins that one. Just catches Yaremchuk right at the end of his slide. But that was a racing incident, let's just say. Williams, great ball down the line with the outside of the foot. And Bale has beaten his man. Now Bale down to the byline. Bale puts the cross in low, looking for more on the near post. Cleared away. Terrific little bit of skill to beat his man there by Bale. We haven't really seen him go by his. We've seen James do it a few times. Haven't seen Bale go by his man, have we? He did then. Zinchenko. Zinchenko's got it back. Stepanenko. Zinchenko back on it in central midfield. Malinovsky. Sigankov. Mikolenko. Malinovsky. Sigankov. Floater to the back post. Headed away by a Williams. Claps for Gary Speed. My apologies. I have the sound off while I'm doing this. So I wasn't aware of that. The great Gary Speed. Feels like he's been gone a long time, Gary Speed. Maybe 10 years ago since he left us, possibly. Feels a long time. Here is Zabanyi, Yarmolenko, Zinchenko, onto Stepanenko, Sigankov, Zinchenko. Wales very deep, very narrow. They're all the width of the box, all 10 outfielders. Actually, that's incorrect. I can't see Keith Moore in the picture. He must be up on halfway. 9 of them anyway. Shot driven in. Oh, goodness me. That didn't look far wide. It was Malinovsky. Tried a sort of left footer from outside the box. Hennessy wasn't getting that. I don't know how close it was. Let's have a look. He just steps inside his man. Oh! Just bounces it inside the 6-yard box and didn't miss by much. Matuno. General consensus for this match. I can't give you the genuine consensus, but I can give you my opinion. That Wales were 1 up at half-time and the Ukraine could have had a penalty. Wales should have gone 2-0 up at the start of the second half through Ramsey. But we're now seeing Ukraine go into sort of kitchen sink mode, I think. The closer we get to 90, the less they've got to lose, and they'll just throw everybody forward. Yarmolenko. Stepanenko. Stepanenko drifts that one in. I imagine that's going all the way out. And it's bent back in. And Williams clears it up the line. One of the Wales lads has gone down, holding their face in the box. Joe Roden. You get a hand in the mouth or something? We will find out. Or will we? Because Ukraine have the ball again. Their possession numbers are going to be high in this half. Zinchenko. Mikolenko. Yarmolenko sort of steps over it, but it's telegraphed. Wales just can't clear their lines. And Purdue does now. Oh, Allen's been robbed. Sagankov on the edge of the box there was running right at them. And again, it is good defending by the Welsh, but it is last ditch. It's back with Bouchan. And I suspect Ukraine are building up a big number of passes in possession. Second half, 67% possession. So 2 out of every 3 completed passes in this second half have been made by Ukraine. But it is Wales 1, Ukraine 0. The Welsh lead. Zinchenko popped up on the right wing now. Zabanyi, Yarmolenko, Matvienko. Swept into the back post. Oh, dear, they lost Zinchenko. I assume there's going to be an inquest there. Fairly simple flighted ball. Zinchenko made a run from outside to in. I think maybe James. Well, James was there in the first instant, but Williams is left wing back. They both lost him. Zinchenko sort of scuffs it across the box. Nobody read it. And we're going to get a couple of subs now. Ukraine are turning to the bench. Malinovsky has come out. Shaparenko has come in. Stepanenko has come out and Sidorchuk has come in. I'm guessing there'll be straight swaps. Brennan Johnson is coming on for the Welsh as well. That may be Dan James if they're going to go like for like. They want to change their pacey players. So Shaparenko and Sidorchuk in, and we're getting Brennan Johnson imminently for the Welsh. Sidorchuk, another Dynamo Kiev player. as is Shaparenko. So if I do my maths quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 11 players on the pitch now for Ukraine play for Dynamo Kiev. 70 minutes on the clock. Brennan Johnson, wearing number 9, is about to join us. And as expected, out goes Dan James. So they've kept the team structure pretty much the same. Johnson, well, they won't lose any pace, put it that way, taking James out and putting Johnson in. Maybe a couple of miles an hour top speed, but Alan and Sidorchuk coming together there over near one of the LED boards. 71-20 on the clock. More scrapping there with Matvienko. The Ukrainians come out on top. Karavayev. Sabani. Sidorchuk. Sigankov. Sidorchuk. They're in the box here. It's driven across a poor ball by Mikolenko straight at the keeper. Work their way in there. You would think there will be a big chance, the pattern of this game at some point for Ukraine. It's just, well, I mean, look, if they don't create that big chance, Wales are going to the World Cup probably. And if they do, will they take it? Normally one chance when a team is pushing. Those Welsh fans looking very, very nervous, but they are leading. Here come the Ukraine on the counter. Shaparenko. Yarmolenko. Shaparenko. Zinchenko. Sidorchuk. Shaparenko. Zinchenko. Wales holding a nice shape. I still maintain what I say. There probably will be a big chance before, if this keeps on going this way. Sidorchuk. Help back to Yarmolenko from Uremchuk. Knocked out to the wing. Good ball that. Here's Karavayev. Karavayev tries to get into the box. Williams does well. Sidorchuk. Shaparenko. And after all of that build-up, Shaparenko, the substitute, blasts that one into the stands. And the Welsh will be okay with that if they can keep their concentration, keep up the energy in their defence, and limit Ukraine to long-range shots. I'm sure they'll be okay with that. We're going to get another couple of subs for Ukraine to put them up to 4. Bale. Oh, Roberts crosses in looking for more. It's over his head. Brennan Johnson, oh, he's hit the post. Oh, goodness me. I think that was Brennan Johnson's first touch. He hits a decent shot there down to the... He couldn't have done much more with that. And he hits it low right foot. It hits the post. Often you see them bouncing off the keeper as well. Unlucky. Here is Johnson again. Johnson, nice reverse ball. Crossed into the back post. Bale arriving. Oh, good save again. Oh, Wales have had chances to go 2 up in this game, haven't they? Ramsey's chance was gilt-edged. I think Johnson was just more unlucky then, wasn't it? Couldn't have done too much else with that shot. Just get a good connection on it, find the far corner. He did well again then, Johnson. And then Bale arriving. That's a good save, isn't it, by Bouchan? I know Hennessy's had a couple of good saves in this game. It's a bouncy ball. Bale controls it really well. Actually, we haven't seen a replay of Johnson's chance as Moore flips that one on to the roof of the net. Goodness me. Yeah, it's a really good effort. To be fair, I think Bouchan's got that covered. It hits the outside of the post. Johnson can't do too much else with it, can he? In terms of steering it as powerfully and low as he can on the volley. He's right into the corner. He just hits the outside of the post. Right. We've had a couple of... The Ukraine have made those couple of subs now. Unfortunately, the camera didn't catch it, so we'll try and catch up as soon as we can. Karavayev crosses in. Dovbyk, has come in for Yaremchuk. They're on the attack. Oh, it's going to go loose. Yarmolenko's a big block in there from Davis. It's going to fall on the back post of Karavayev. Heads it into the side netting. There was another big block in there. Poor old Yarmolenko can't catch a break today. I think it was Ben Davis who's already got a couple of really super blocks so far. Zinchenko tried to pop it in. And it's Davis in the right place, stands up, gets a really good block on that one. Now, let me just confirm those subs. Hopefully they've come up. So I think Dovbyk came on for Yaremchuk up top. Yaremchuk have been fairly quiet, which is probably... worth credit in the Welsh defenders for that. Wales standing firm. Yarmolenko is having a James Justin today. Not his day, is it? Not his day. Congrats to Grimsby as well, back in the Football League. Well, absolutely. Paul Hurst as well. Paul Hurst, the Grimsby manager, I'm pretty sure he is. Isn't he? Who was the other substitute who came on for Ukraine? SofaScore hasn't caught up. I believe it was Mudryk. Not that I saw who he came on for. Another attacking sub, nonetheless. Zabani in the corner as he brought a foul off Moore. He didn't, but he's won a throw-in. As we come up to 80 minutes in Wales, are heading to the World Cup as things stand, which we have to say a lot on the channel. Zinchenko, Sidorchuk, Zinchenko. Murdoch. It's his first touch down the left. Sidorchuk centrally. Hits the long-range shot. It's on target. Fairly easy for Hennessy, but obviously it's very wet there and things are starting to get very, very nervous now. Aren't they? Keep your comments coming in via the chat, guys. Do hit that like button as well. We got 134 likes, so do try and get us up to 150. That would be tremendous. would make me happy. If it makes you happy. Oh, it's Stegenkov who came off for McGoldrick. Don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'll try my best, hey? So, yeah, it looks like he's going to play down the left. The blonde-haired number 14. Shaparenko. So 4 subs made now by Ukraine. Shaparenko's got it back. He switches the play. Karavayev. Sidorchik. Ramsey tries to clear away with his outside of his right foot. Moore holds it up. Williams does really well again. He's had a good second half. Nako Williams. Of course, as I say that, gives it away. Oh, no, he actually did win the free kick before. Referees brought it back, I think. So I will finish my comment and say Williams had a really good second half. It was just that one moment, wasn't it, where they let Zinchenko go across from the right. But I think he's been... I'm sure Ben Davies will get the plaudits in this second half for those 2 sort of big blocks he's made. He's not far off in terms of man of the match stuff there. Harry Wilson is going to come on. I wouldn't have thought they'd take Kiefer Moore off, given his height. And I certainly wouldn't have thought they'd take Gareth Bale off. They have taken Gareth Bale off. His work here is done. Always that risk in a game that could go to extra time, especially with a star player like Gareth Bale. But he is out of the game and Harry Wilson is coming on. Bale, well, we can't call him the goal scorer. It's gone down as an own goal, I believe. Smashes the free kick to the far post. Bale trying to hype up Harry Wilson. Gets a high five from the boss and all the bench. Big game Bale when it comes to Wales. 82-40 on the clock. Wales are less than 8 minutes of normal time away from the World Cup. Moore tries to help that one on. Here's Zabani. Oh, cross comes in from the left-handed goals. What a save by Hennessy. Karavayev has the shot. It's blocked. Oh, my goodness me. I said there'd be the big chance. That might be it. It's a great save by Wayne Hennessy. Oh, goodness me. I think it was Dovbyk right in the middle of the goal. Can I say free header? Let's have a look. Mikolenko. It's a great cross, isn't it? Oh, it's a huge chance. It is a free header, middle of the goal. Good save by Wayne Hennessy. And I wonder, is that the big chance? I wonder. Tremendous save by Hennessy. The chat agrees. In comes the corner from Zinchenko, blocked out. Is that the big chance gone? I wonder. Or will they force another one? Here's Zinchenko. And Ramsey, who's now got the captain's armband, wins it and streaks away. He's got Brennan Johnson to his left. He's got Harry Wilson to his right. Wilson comes inside, wins the free kick. It's clever from Wilson. Waited for the contact. And, of course, it came from McGoldrick. And that will kill some time. It was a good surge away from goal. Sometimes in situations like this, when you're just defending a lead and you can't get out, you just need one of your midfielders to just run 20 metres up the ball. Up the pitch. Excuse me, with the ball. And that is what Aaron Ramsey just did. And Harry Wilson is over this free kick for the Welsh. Looks like he's going to have a shot, actually. None of the big guys are up from the back. Wilson into the wall. wins the corner. And if you're not going to score and you're defending the lead, win another set play. And that's exactly what Wilson has done. Wales 1, Ukraine 0, 85-20 on the clock now. Wilson is going to take the corner. Here it comes. Floaty looking for more. Brennan Johnson keeps it alive. Johnson stands up Zabani. Plays it back up the line to Williams. Williams, not great cross. Headed away. Held up, or an attempted hold up there by Dovbyk, who gets fouled. And all the Ukrainian players run forward. I don't know whether they're just going to bang this one down the ground. No, they have played it short, but certainly want to get away from their goal. Mikolenko, Zinchenko. Modric. Oh, is it going to go loose for Yarmolenko? No, it's not. Shots driven in from outside the box again, and Hennessy gathers it. Oh, it's nerve-wracking. Modric did well getting into the box. They just didn't get the bounce of the ball there when it went across. Although the flip side of that is you could say Wales defended it well. And Wales have defended well. It has been a bit last-ditch at times, which makes it a bit nerve-wracking for their fans to watch. But hey, in the column it says Ukraine 0 at the moment. So that's, honestly, I don't want to get all binary football supporter about it, but that's all that matters right now. They've just got to shut Ukraine out for the rest of the game. Don't want to jinx it, but Wilson hasn't scored from a free kick all season. Well, you have now, Mike, haven't you? There we go. Wales play England World Cup. Yes, they do. Wales are, well, Ben Davies is down. We'll probably get 5, 6, 7 minutes of stoppage time. And Wales are very, very close now. It's 87-26 on the clock with whatever stoppage time remaining. USA, Iran, and England in Group B for the Welsh or the Ukraine, whoever wins this playoff final. It's going to be Wales as things stand. We've got 2 balls on the pitch. But we are go, go, go again. Nako Williams boots that down the ground, gives the ball away. Kelly, thanks for the commentary. Stuck in Egypt. I think the worst places to be stuck. Here is Shaparenko. Zabani. Karavayev. Yarmolenko. Nice switch of play by him. Cross comes in from the left, headed away by Williams, and Sidorchuk was always leaning back. Over the bar it goes. Stephen, you absolute legend. Thank you so, so much, Stephen. So kind for the super chat. Stephen is a friend of the channel because he's Luca's dad. And Luca is our fan sponsor over on Patreon. Hopefully, if Stephen's about, that means Luca is watching. So big hi to Luca, who's a great supporter of the channel. I've seen Stephen showed me some pictures of young Luca's set up there with 2 screens there in his bedroom. Tremendous stuff. So thank you, Luca, who's our fan sponsor over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. 89-20 on the clock. Wales 1, Ukraine 0. Jay, you absolute legend. Thank you so much, my friend. Second super chat from Jay today. Very, very kind indeed. Thank you all for your support. Remember, it's absolutely free to hit the like button. We're only 6 likes away from 150, which would be really brilliant. Ramsey trying to get away from Sidorchuk. Maybe a few years ago, he'd had the legs to pull that one off. Matvienko. 5 minutes of stoppage time. It's probably the best case scenario for the Welsh. That wasn't going to be any less, was it? And they've got it clear. It'll be a long 5 minutes for those Welsh fans over in the Cardiff City Stadium. Kiefer Moore, I thought he fouled his man. Referees let it go. Karavayev, Yarmolenko. Karavayev, crossing position, right-hand side, steps inside. Williams knocks it in low. Yarmolenko has a shot block. It's going to fall again. Another big tackle again in there. A big block. They're all jumping on and congratulating. Might even be Ben Davies again, is it? If it is. Oh, no, it's not. Is it Nico Williams? His face is covered. I can't see who made that block. He was just immediately cramped up after doing it. It's been very last ditch, but they have defended well. The Welsh. It's Nico Williams, who's been really good in the second half, you'd have to say. He's back up now. Karavayev crossing position on the right. 1 minute of stoppage time played. Zinchenko. Attack against defence here, unsurprisingly. Headed away again by Davies, the cross. Good feet by Ramsey, but Zinchenko just nicks it off him. Is Yarmolenko. Zinchenko. Mikolenko puts the cross in, headed away again. Williams is really narrow. It's just a row of attackers against a row of defenders, as you can imagine. Yarmolenko hits the shot over the crossbar. 1:47 gone now, and Wayne Hennessy should be able to get this up to about 2:20 if he can procrastinate well and truly with this goal kick. I'm sure the Welsh fans behind the goal won't be giving the ball back very quickly. And we're going to get another Welsh substitution. And Nico Williams is coming out. He's had a really good second half, hasn't he? The Liverpool player, Fulham loanee. Reece Norrington Davies of Sheffield United, been on loan at Luton and Stoke in the Championship. He's going to come on with one simple brief: keep the ball away from the goal. Norrington Davies, number 17. So we'll play 2 minutes here. Hopefully, it'll bring a bit of freshness down the left-hand side for the Welsh point of view. The ball is straight back with the Ukraine after the substitution. That means we'll go over the 5 minute stoppage time, by the way. Substitution in there. Matvienko. Long one forward. Here's Zabani. Poor ball by Zabani, and it is a Welsh throw in. Hopefully that's not rude. Iain. I don't read Welsh. It could be saying anything. I don't know why I put it on the screen, in fact. I'm sure he's saying nice things about the Welsh. It was so close to the World Cup. Now, 3.5 minutes of stoppage time. 5 minimum minutes to be played. We'll go over the 5 because of that substitution, and Nico Williams went down for a few seconds as well. So probably about 5.5 minutes, unless referee Mattau's feeling really pedantic. Murdoch has just really clattered. Who is that on the far side in the right back position? Connor Roberts, who's done a backflip rollover 5 times. Oh, it's Ampadu, beg your pardon. Mudrick is going to get a yellow card. And we are now into the last scheduled minute of this game. We'll probably get another 30 seconds or so after that. This is nervy, isn't it? Just. Even without a dog in the fight here, I'm feeling nervous for the Welsh here. 1 minute until the World Cup. 4 minutes and 40 on the clock. All of the stadium on their feet, and Wales have won the throw-in, which none of their players are going to be remotely interested in taking. Looks like they've done it now, the Welsh. They've just got to keep the ball in the opposition half for about... the stoppage time is over now, 4:58. We're probably going to go another phase of play, I reckon, because of the substitution. But they'll have to get it forward quickly. It's not going to be a long one. This is literally the last chance now for Ukraine. Karavayev, right-hand side. All eyes on referee Matteau. Wales are this close to qualifying for the World Cup. Shaparenko, Harry Wilson throws himself in, wins the tackle. Shaparenko has knocked him down. And I think that's going to be that. It's a free kick to the Welsh. Really silly. Oh, it's a throw-in. Beg your pardon. No free kick. And surely that's that now. 5 minutes 40. That covers the extra time from the substitution. And referee Matteau is surely about to blow the full-time whistle in this one. Any second now is headed forward. Keep your eyes on the crowd. Keep your eyes on Rob Page. And well done, Wales. Fair play to the Welsh. They have qualified for the World Cup. That gets a round of applause from me. The first time in over 50 years the Welsh will be at the World Cup in Qatar. They've beaten Ukraine 1-0. It went down as an own goal. Gareth Bale's free kick diverted past Bushan, the Ukraine keeper, by the Ukraine captain, Yarmolenko. Maybe Ukraine could have had a penalty in the first half, but Wales also missed a gilt-edged chance to go 2 up just after half-time. Wales, it was quite last-ditch, but they defended really heroically in the second half, especially Hennessy with a few really good saves. Davies, left centre-back, with a few really good blocks. And Williams at left wing-back was excellent, particularly in the second half. Wales will join Group B, and they will play the USA. Then they will play Iran, and then they will play England at the World Cup. The Welsh have qualified. Congratulations, any Welsh fans in the chat. Let's read some comments here. Well played. Come on, Wales. Come on. Well done, Wales. Congratulations to any Welsh fans here. Well played, Wales. Let's try and click on as many of these comments. Victory for the Dragon. Well done, Wales. Superb job by the Welsh. They have managed to get their way to Qatar. Goodness me. It's going to be Wales in Group B. If I'm really clever, I'll be able to bring that up on the screen for you. What is going to be going on in Qatar in November, and there you should be able to see that on your screen. Look down to Group B, where it says place to their European playoff. That will change very, very soon to Wales, who are going to the World Cup. Gareth Bale is not done. He's going over. He's congratulating or commiserating with the Ukrainian players over in front of their group of fans. Bale is the man. The goal didn't go down as his, but it was his free kick that flew towards the goal and was diverted in by Andrei Yarmolenko. Well played, Wales. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on the stream today. If you say nice things, which you will tend to at the end, I'll just click them up as the advert plays. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the super chats. I don't think there's going to be anything on the channel tomorrow. I'm not going to be around for the most part, so it'd have to be big news for me to do anything in the car or anything. Gareth Bale and Zinchenko chattering away. They're the 2-star players for each of the teams. We will definitely be back on Tuesday, though, because it is England versus Germany, or Germany versus England. In fact, let's hope for a bit of a better English performance. Hope they can play with the intensity that the Welsh backline did today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And it's a lovely big over and out from me. Congratulations, Wales are going to the World Cup. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload, ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.